The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking back! Ah!
It's okay, I'm right here with you.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Payback in every breath, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. And I been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat soft. Better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. My hymen say I cup full. No room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to suffer. Flow so deep, it drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Well, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no head, and I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, you tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing, gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they daddy far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about this shit I used to do in that 98 Navy, the tan leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter, the lies are sweet. Tried everything, I guess me and Johanna had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man, they better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time, this Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check, 144 in that black.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Count. Most High in Christ. All right. Oh, let's get these lights real quick. Salaki. Most High. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah, all my brothers. Yahweh Shemal Athabah Shem Yahweh Shah, all my sisters. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Durham, North Carolina. This is a Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? Priest and Officer 400,001 holding it down with my brother, Officer 500 Mahayar. You can just, you don't gotta, I'm gonna call you up. Come on. So we're gonna pick up where we left off last week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna pick up right where we left off last week. We in the book of Exodus. Okay. We're gonna go from there, but for now, we're gonna commence the Sabbath service with the prayers. You know what I'm saying? So, Mahaya, you go ahead and run it, bro.
Whatever y'all doing, like the list and stuff. Yeah, okay. So just tell me.
Howada, Banya Sha'ala. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
All right. So we're gonna get started with these prayers. Oh yes, a lot. But about the cheat. Yeah. All right. Come. You know what I'm saying. So with that, Almightyum means to stand. Wapan Yal Kodum means rise and face ease. We can start out with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Lathananawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kawawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatianawa, Wala'a, Tabi'ayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Habashayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwat, Waha'ala, Wataparab, Lawalunium, Aman.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Iwabyaka, Yahamaya 1, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Yara Yamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'ai Tazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanakakidim, Magolia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shamyashala, Awada, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahalia, Arawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wahamawan, Wahamalak, Palashath, Am Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashur, Nalawa, Amam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labayan Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayabian, Banakal, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, Laadama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Karab, Kazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Manai, Kaunasai Kamwa, Ashar, Amarawa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Ath, Nawaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapanyarabaka, Kaash, Tabiaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Taradatma, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Malaa, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahalwa, Ayaid, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Dawa, Kaya, Ata, Shemka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al-Yawan, Al-Kaharataza.
In English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Zabah and as Almunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Psalms 81 in the Hebrew. Psalms 121, Salakia. Aisha, Ayanya, Ahaharium, Ma'ayan, Yabaa, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Wagalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Sharamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazorka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamorka, Makarai, Yashamor, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Tazaaka, Wabawa'aka, Mayata, Wa'aidawalam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
It's me to turn. Get that brother. You know what I'm saying? Your shot with me to be seated. You know what I mean? We're gonna pick back up. You know what I'm saying? Where we left off at? Where was we at? Salaki? Exodus chapter 23 and verse 30, right? Salaki, Exodus chapter 28 and verse 30, right? All right, so if you got the, you know what I'm saying, you got the Blue Letter Bible, you know what I'm saying, you can make sure you use your Google machine, go to that. You know what I'm saying? You can pull it up, press tools on the side, and you'll be able to read, you understand, along with us in that Assyrian. Exodus 28 and verse 30. Mm-hmm. And we got the scholar Yanazar reading. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna read these first 7 verses, then he gonna go back into English. You understand? We're gonna get straight to it. Yeah, it's well. You got it?
28. Step in 28, you scroll down.
Yeah, the 30.
Okay. And then on verse 30, just click tools.
Okay, I'm sorry, correct. 28 and 30. Tools. Okay, let's get the. Okay, we got this. Okay. I'm sorry, correct.
Switch me. No, you talk. You can start it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 30. Wanatha al Kashan Hamashatat Hamashapata Ath Ha'awa Rayum Wa'ath Hath Thamayum Wahayun Wahayawa Salakia Al Lab Aharan Baba Awa Lapanya Yahweh Wanasha'a Aharan Ath Mashapat Banya Yashra'ala Al Labawa Lapanya Yahweh Thamayad
verse 28, 30. I just read 30. Okay. Verse 31. The book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 31. Wayashayath, Ath, Ma'ayol. Khan, is that better? Okay. Aparawa, apa, what? Ha'apawar, wad, hapapawad. Kalayol, Kalayol. Fakalath. Okay, the next one. How do you do it again? You can't go where it's just side to side? Okay, okay, two. Oh, Khan, I don't want Khan. Okay, verse 32, Salakia. Verse 32. Wahaya. Paya. Ra'ashawa. Ba. Fawakawa. Shapa. Yahaya. Lapayawa. Sabayab. Ma'aisha. Arag. Kapaya. Faka Ra'a. Yahaya. Lawa. La'a. Yakwara I. Yeah, call it 133. Got it. Verse 33. Wa'aishayath al. Shawalaya. Shalawaya wa. Ra'anaya. Ramanaya. Fakalath. Wa ara gaman. Watha wall aith. Shanya. Al. Shawalaya. Shawa layawa. Sabayab. Wapa'aima Naya. Zahab. Bathawakam. Bathawakam. Sabayab. Verse 35. Salakia, 34. Payamun, Zahab, Wara, Mawan. Pa'aimun, Zahab, Aram, Mawan. Wa Ramawan. Ramawan. Okay. Al, Shawa Laya, Hama'ai Yol. Verse 35. Wahaya al Aharon Lasharath wa Nashamai Quara Lawa Baba Awa Al Hakwadash Lapanya Yahweh Salakia Waba Taza'a Thawa Waba Taza'athwa Wa La'a Yamawath. Verse 36. Wa'ai shayath tazayataza zahab tahawar wapathatha wapathatha wapathatha. Oh, wapathathath aliyawa pathawa kaya kathum kadash. That's it. Kadash. Oh, okay. Let me come back over. La Yahweh. Okay. The book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 30. And thou shalt put in the breast of the judgment the Urim. Come. Oh, Salak, I said the breast. Most High Christ. Salak. The breastplate of judgment, the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Lord, and Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon before the Lord continually. Verse 31. Oh, that's 39. Let me get there. Okay. 28 and 31. Keep skipping over to this. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. Verse 31. 28. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod of all of blue, Salakia. Verse 32. And there shall be an hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof it shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of an habergeon, that it be not rent. Verse 33. And beneath upon them the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue and of purple and of scarlet round about the hem thereof, and the bells of gold between them round about. Verse 34. A golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. Verse 35. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth in unto the holy place before the Lord, when he cometh out, that he die not. 36. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and grave upon it the engravings of a signet, holiness to the Lord.
That set of 7 right there. So just up here, Imodium. We're gonna call up the next brother. Maiqua, if you could please present yourself, bro. Maiqua, Banza Balawan, Ban Yasha'Allah. Yashab, which means to be seated. Okay. You want me to help with the Hebrew? Okay. No sweat. So we're gonna pick up Exodus chapter 28 and verse 37. We're gonna pick up in the Hebrew. Washamath, Athawa, Al, Patayol, Dakalath, Wahaya, Al, Ha, Matazanapath, Al, Mawal, Punya, Ha, Matazanapath, Yahaya. Verse 38. Wahaya, Al, Matazak, Aharon, Wa, Wa, Nasha'a, Aharon, Ath, Iwan, Ha, Quadashium, Ashar, Ya, Quada Yashua, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Lakol, Mathanath, Quadashihum, Wahaya, Al, Matazakwa, Tamayad, La Ratazawan, Lahum, La Punya Yahweh. Verse 39. Wa Shabatazath, Ha Kathanath, Shasha, Wa Aishayath, Matazanapath, Shasha, Wa Salaki, Wa Banata, Aisha, Ma'isha, Raquam. Verse 40. Wa Labunya, Aharon, Aisha, Salaki, Katanath, Wa Aishayath, Lahum, Banatyum, Wa Salaki, Ma Gabaywath, Daisha, Lahum, La Kalawad, Wa La Taparaath. Verse 41. Wa Halabashath, Atham, Ath, Aharon, Akyaka, Wa Ath, Banyua, Athawa, Wama Shakath, Atham, Wamalaath, Ath, Yadum, Wa Quadashath, Atham, Wa Kahanawa, Laya. Shalaki. Okay, count two more. Wa Aisha, Lahum, Makasya, Bad, Lakasawath, Bashar, Irawa, Mathunium, Wa'id, Yarakium, Yahayawa. Verse 43. Wahayawa, Al, Aharon, Wa'al, Banyua, Babaam, Al, Ahol, Mawa'id, Awa, Bagashathum, Al, Hama Mazabak, Lasharath, Bakwadash, Wala'ah, Yashawa, Iwan, Wamathwa, Kakwath, Iwalam, Lawa, Wala Zaraiwa, it's like Zaraiwa, Akaryawa. That's the end of verse 43.
In the English, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 36. 36 or 37? Salaki. Verse 37. And thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon a mitre, upon the forefront of a mitre it shall be. Verse 38. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts. And it shall be always upon his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Most High. Verse 39. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. Verse 40. And for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them, for glory, for beauty. So, Laki, I don't want, you got a question. So, what does it mean by the bonnets? What is that, the hairpiece? Verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron's thy brother, and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in priest office. Verse 42. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from their loins, even unto the thighs they shall reach. Verse 43. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come into the tabernacle of the congregation, and when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seeds after him. Verse 43.
Okay. All right, with that, I'm just up here. I mod him. We're going to switch over to the next brother to continue. Yanazar, present yourself. Yanazar, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 1. Wazah, Hadabar, Ashar, Tha'aisha, Lahum, Lakwadash, Athum, Laka, Lakahan, Laya, Laquak, Par, Akkad, Ban, Bakwar, Ra'a Yalum, Ra'alayum, Ayalum, Shanyahum, Shanyam, Thamaya Ma, Thamaya Mum, Thamaya Mum, Thamaya Mum. Verse 29, verse 2, Salakia. Walakam, Matazawath, Wakalath, Matazath, Balawa Lath, Balawalath, Bashaman, Wa Rakor Wakwaya Kwaya, Matazawath, Mashakium, Bashaman, Salath, Katayam, the Aisha, Ithum, verse 3. Wanatha. Wanatha. Okay, you always pronounce that. Wanatha. Our thumb. Al. Sol. Akkad. Salah. Okay. Salah. Akkad. Wahakwara. Bath. Athum. Basol. Wa'af. Hapar. Wa'ath. Shanya. Ha'aya. Lum. Verse 4. Verse 4. Wa'ath. Aharon. Wa'ath. Banyawa. Thakora. Yab. Al. Pathak. Ahol. Mawa'aid. Wara. Katazaf. Athum. Bamayam. Verse 5. Wala quaktaf. Wakath. Wala quatkath. Ath. Habagadium. Wahalab Shath. Walahaba Shath. Ath. Aharon. Ath. Hakathanath. Wa'ath. Ma'ayol. Apad. Wa'ath. Apad. Wa'ath. Hakashan. Wa'apadath. Lawa. Bakashab. That was 5. Oh, shucks. I'm sorry. Salakia. That was 5, right? Salakia. Verse 6. Washamath. Hamatazab Napath. Al. Ra. Ashawa. Wanatha. Wanatha. Wanathathath. Kanad one kan. Ath. Bazar. Nazar. Salaki. That's my name. Nazar. Hakodash. Al. Hamatazana Paf. Verse 7. Wala Quathaf, Wala Quathaf, Wala Quath, Wala Quath, Wala Quath, Wala Quath, Ath, Shamun, Hama Shaka, Wayatazakwath, Al, right? Ashawa, Ra, Ashawa, Wamashaf, Wamashakath, Wamashakath, Athawa. Salakia. Okay. The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 1. And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them to hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest's office. Take one young bullock and 2 rams without blemish. Verse 2. And unleavened bread and cakes unleavened, tempered with oil, and wafers unleavened, anointed with oil. Of wheat flour shalt thou make them. Verse 3. And thou shalt put them into one basket, and bring them in the basket with the bullocks and the 2 rams. Verse 4. And Aaron and his sons thou shalt bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shalt wash them with water. Verse 5. And thou shalt take the garments and put upon Aaron the coat and the robe of the ephod, and the ephod and the breastplate, and gird him with the curious girdle of the ephod. Verse 6. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. Verse 7. Then shalt thou take anointing oil, and put it upon his head, and anoint him.
Salaki, and if I may, sir, remember you had asked me one time about your name, right? Which means he is a prince. The word really comes from the word for crown, right? So it's basically saying he is crowned. Like Aaron, we're a nation of princes. That's why we call Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power. So Aaron was given the crown, right, upon his head to represent that he was given the authority as a priest over the nation. So that's what when you see the word Nazar, it's talking about the crown in English in that part.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to point that out. And with that, just up here, Imadium. Please present yourself. Mahaya, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala. Yahaba Shemel Shabrakata. Be seated.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, and verse 8. Wa'ath. Banayawa. Takwa ra. Takwa rab. Takwa rayab. Wahala bashatam. Katanath. Verse 9. Waka Garath. Atham. Abanata. Abatab. Nab. Salakia. Ah Aha Ra. Aha Rawa. Wabanayawa. Waka Bashath. Lahum. Maga Ba'ath. Wahayatha. Lahum. Kahana. La 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 Ka Quath. I Walam. Wamala'ath. Ya Yaka. Aha Ahara Aharan. Wayak. Bana Banayawa. Verse 10. Waha Quara Bath. Waha Quara Bath. Ath. Hapar. La Panaya. Ahal. Mawa Mama Aid. Masayak. Wa Wasa Mak. Ah Aharon. Wa Banayawa. Wa Bunyawa. Ath. Yada Yaham. Al. Ra'ash. Hapar. Verse 11. Washakatath. Ath. Hapar. Lapanaya. Yahweh. Pathak. Ahal. Mawa'id. Verse 12. Walakwakath. Madam. Madasa. Okay. Madam. Hapar. Wanathatha. Al. Quaranath. Hamazabak. Ba'ataza ba'aid. Ba'ataza ba'aik. So, but Ba'ataza ba'aik. Gotcha. Okay. Wa'ath. Cal. Hadam. Tashapak. Al. Yasawad. Hamazabak. Verse 13. Walakwakath. Ath. Cal. Hakalab. Hamakasa. Ath. Hakwarab. Wa'ath. Hayatarath. Al. Hakabad. Wa'ath. Shathya. Habala Haka Layath Wa'ath Hakalab Ashar Al Yahan Wahakwasa Roth Hamazabak. Verse 14. Wa'ath, Bashar, Hapar, Wa'ath, Irawa, Wa'ath, Parashwa, Tasha, Tasharap, Baash, Makawap, Makawataza, Lamakana, Kata'ath, Hawa'ah. Verse 15. Wa'ath. So the book of Exodus chapter 29 verse 8. And thou shalt bring his sons and put coats upon them. Verse 9. And thou shalt gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them. And the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons. Verse 10. And thou shalt bring a case of bullock to be brought before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the bullock. Verse 11. And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 12. And thou shalt take off, and thou shalt take of the blood of the bullock, and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. Verse 13. And thou shalt take all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar. Verse 14. But the flesh of the bullock and his skin and his dung shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering.
Audium, disappear again. I'm trying to think how many we did. Pause. Young's always first. My part. This is the 4th one? Con. Alright. So my quad, if you could please present yourself. My quad, Banza Balawan, Banya Sha'ala. Yahweh Shemel Shabakatah. Shab, be seated. Come on. So we're going to pick up at Exodus chapter 29 and verse 15. Salakia. The book of Exodus, chapter 29, and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wa'ath, ha'ayol, ha'akad, the quack, wa samakwa, aharun, wa banyawa, ath, yad yahum, al, ra'ash, ha'ayol. Verse 16. Wa shakatath, ath, ahayol, wala kwakath, ath, damawa, waza rakwath, al, hamazabak, sabayab. Verse 17. Wa'ath, ahayol, it's like ha'ayol, danathak, la nathakua, wara katazath, Korabwa, wa karaayawa, wanathath, al, nathakua, wa al, ra'ashwa. Verse 18. Wa quatarath, ath, kal, ha'ayol, ha mazabaka, Ilah, Hawa'ah, La Yahweh, Rayak, Naya Kawak, Asha, La Yahweh, Hawa'ah. Verse 19. Wala Kwakath, Ath, Ha'ayol, Hashunya, Sakya, Ha Shanaya, wa samak, aharun, wa banyawa, ath, yad yahum, al, ra'ash, ha'ayol. Verse 20. Wa shakatath, ath, ha'ayol, wala kwakath, madamwa, wanathatha, al, let me see what this word is. Oh, that's not Khan. Nathunka, Azun, Aharun, Wa'al, Thanawaka, Azun, Banyawa, Haya Manayath, Wa'al, Bahun, Yadum, Haya Manayath. It's like Ya Manayath, Wa'al, Bahun, Ragalum, Hayamanayath, Wazarakwath, Ath, Hadum, Al, Hamazabak, Sabayab. Verse 21. Walakwakath, Man, Hadum, Ashar, Al, Hamazabak, Wama Shaman, Hama Shaka, Wa Hazayath, Al, Aharun, Wa'al, Bagadyua, Wa'al, Banyua, Wa'al, Bagadya, Banyua, Athawa, Wakwadash, Hawa'ah, Wa Bagadyua, Wa Banyua, Wa Bagadya, Banyawa, Athawa. That's the end of verse 21. Slug. Is that? I think that's it. I started at 16. Con
out of one con. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 16. And thou shalt slay the ram, and thou shalt take his blood, and sprinkle it round about the altar. Verse 17. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him, and his legs, and put them onto his pieces and onto his head. Verse 18. And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Most High. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Most High. Verse 19. And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron and his son shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Verse 20. Then shalt thou kill the ram, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of the right hand and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. Verse 21. And thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him. And he shall be hallowed, and his garments and his sons' garments with him.
Margin just up here. It was Yanazar before, right? Council was Yanazar, then Maiqua, Khan. It's not. Brother, if you could please present yourself. Mahayar, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala. Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah. Yeshab, which means to be seated. We're going to pick up at Exodus chapter 29 and verse 22 in the Hebrew. The book of Exodus chapter 29 and verse 22. Wala kwakath mawa ha'ayal hakalab hakalab waha alaya wa'ath waha alahaya wa'ath hakalab hamakasa ath hakwarab wa'ath yatarath hakabad wa'ath shataya shathya hakalayat wa'ath hakalab ashar aliyawan alahan wa'ath shapak hayamayan kaya ayala malaayam hawa'a. Verse 23. Wakakar lakam akath wakalath lakam shaman akath warakwa yak wara kwa yak 23. That was right? Wala kwa yak. Wara kwa yak. Okay. Akad. Masala. Hamatazawath. Hamatazawath. Ashar. Lapanaya. Lapanya. Yahweh. Verse 24. Washamath, Hakal, Al, Kapaya, Aharan, Wa'al, Kapaya, Banayawa, Banyawa. Yeah, that sounded better. Wahana Path, Athum, Tana wa Pa, Lapanaya, Lapanya, Yahweh. Verse 25. Walakwa Kath, Athum, Mayadam, Wahakwa Tarath, Hamazaba Ka, Al, Ha'ala, Larayak, Nayakawak, Nayakawak, Lapanaya, Lapanya, Yahweh, Asha, Hawa'a, La Yahweh. Verse 26. Wala Kwakath, Ath, Hakaza, Ma'ayal, Hamala Ayam, Ashar, La'aharan, La'aharan, Wahanapath, Atawa, Tanawapa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Wahaya, Lada. Yeah. Lamana. Verse 27. Wakwara Shat, Ath, Hazaha, Kaza, Hatana Wapa, Wa'ath, Shawak, Hatarawama, Ashar, Hawanasa, Hawanap, Wa Ashar, Hawaram, Ma'ayal, Hamala Ayam, Ma'ashar, La'aharan, Wama Ashar, Labanat, Labanyawa. Verse 28. Wahaya, La'aharan, Walabanayawa, Walabanyawa. So it's like you gotta find that root word. Yeah. Like, gotcha. La Kwak, Awalam, Ma'ath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Kaya, Tarawama, Hawa'a, or Hawa'a, Watara Wama, Yahweh, Yahaya, Ma'ath, Banya, Yasha'Allah, Masabakya, Sha Shal Shalamayaham, Tarawamatham, Tarawamatham. Which one? The last one. Shalom Yaham. Okay. No, you too. Tarawa Matham. La Yahawa. La Yahawa.
And up here, Imadium. Oh, Salakia. Good night, Salakia.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29 and verse 22. Also, thou shalt take of the ram the fat and the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for it is a ram of consecration. Verse 23. And 1 loaf of bread, and 1 cake of old bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Lord. Verse 24. And thou shalt put all in the hands of Aaron, and in the hands of his sons, and shall wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. Verse 25. And thou shalt receive them and thou shalt receive them of their hands, and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savior before the Lord. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part. Verse 27. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved and which is heaved up, of the ram of the consecration, even of that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons. Verse 27. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved, and which is heaved up, of the ram of the consecration, even of that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons. Verse 28. And it shall be Aaron and his sons by a statute forever from the children of Israel, for it is an heave offering, and it shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel, the sacrifice of their peace offering, even their heave offering unto the Lord.
Just up here, Imadium, which means stand. We're going to call up the last reader. Zabak, if you could, please present yourself, brother. Zabak, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala. How about Shemel Shabakatah? Select, so you got Laya Sha'ala. He's the last reader. seated. We're going to continue from Exodus chapter 29 and verse 29. Okay? The book of Exodus chapter 29 and verse 29 in the Hebrew. Good night. My phone is tripping. I'll just read it right here. Shalakia. Here we go. The book of Exodus chapter 29 and verse 29. Wa Bagadia, Hakwadash, Ashar, La Aharon, Ya Hayawa, La Bunyawa, Akaryawa, Lama Shaka, Baham, Wala Mala'a, Bama, Ath, Yadum. Verse 30. Shaba'aith, Yamayum, Yala Bashum, Ha Kahan, the Kathua, Mabunyawa, Ashar, Yaba'a, Al, Ahala, Mawa'id, Lasharath, Bakwadash. Verse 31. Wa'ath, Ayala, Hama La'ayam, the Kwak, Wa Bashalath, Ath, Basharwa, Ba Makwam, Kodash. Verse 32. Wa Akal, Aharon, Wa Bunyawa, Ath, Bashar, Ha'ayala, Wa'ath, Halacham, Ashar, Basal, Pathak, Ahol, Mawa'id. Verse 33. Wa'akalwa, Atham, Ashar, Kapar, Baham, Salakia, La Mala'a, Ath, Yadum, Lakwadash, Atham, Wazar, La'a, Ya'akal, Kaya Kwadash, Hum. Verse 34. Wa'am, Yawatar, Slakia, Mabashar, Ha Mala'ayam, Waman, Halakam, Aid, Habakwar, Wa Sharapath, Ath, Hanawatar, Ba'ash, La'a, Ya'akal, Kaya, Kwadash, Hawa'a. Verse 35. Wa Aishayath, La Aharon, Wa Labunyawa, Kaka, Kakal, Ashar, Taza Wayathia, Athaka, Shaba'aith, Yamayum, Mala'a, Yadum. Verse 36. Wapar, Kata'ath, Daisha, La Yawum, Al, Ha Kaparium, Wa Kata'ath, Al, Hamazabak, Ba Kaparka. So it looks like Wa Kaparak, Al Yuwa, Wa Ma Shakath, Atawa, La Kwadashwa. That's the end of verse 36. So you're going to read from verse 29.
Exodus 29, verse 29. And the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed therein, and to be consecrated there in them. Salakia. Con, I don't want con. 30, verse 30. And that son that is priest in his stead shall put them on 7 days, when he cometh into the tabernacle of the congregation to minister in the holy place. And thou shalt take the ram of the consecration and seethe his flesh in the holy place. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram and the bread that is in the basket by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 33. And they shall eat, Salaki, and they shall eat those things wherewith the anointment was made, to consecrate and to sanctify them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. Verse 34. And it ought, Salaki, and if aught of the flesh of the consecration or of the bread remain until the morning, then shalt burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. Verse 35. And thus shalt thou do unto Aaron and to his sons, according to all the things which I have commanded thee. 7 days shalt thou consecrate them.
So that's the end of the 7. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to clip up the Sabbath service. We'll salute the Torah first and get into the prayers. Was there any questions before we close out? No, you got something, brother? Mm-hmm.
I believe it was Paul who said that he spoke in the unknown tongue and the holy tongue. I know the holy tongue is the Lashwan Kodash. What would be the unknown tongue?
I don't think he said. Did he say unknown tongue?
He said the unknown tongue when he said that he was like his spirit prayeth, but his understanding was unfruitful. But that was
What verse is that in? That's probably something that Cat would have to break down. Because it sounds similar to the one, you know what I'm talking about. It might be, his unknown tongue just might be a language that, because Paul spoke Greek. You know what I'm saying? So if he's speaking Israelites, they may not unknown tongue. That particular part, I would say with that particular part, Pat, you gotta get Pat to break that part down. As far as another tongue or other tongue, that could literally just mean, because it sounds exactly like the other verse that says, you know what I'm saying, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, right? So the tongues of men would just be any language, you know what I'm saying? Greek is a tongue of men, but I don't know.
Yeah, if
So
I
somebody,
speak,
right,
yeah, if I speak Spanish and you don't speak it,
right.
it's
That's
unknown.
some other shit. I don't know what to do with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what that could be. Like,
Said that it's First Corinthians 14 and 2.
First Corinthians is also where the one, though I speak the tongues of men. Right. So it could very well be the same thing. But we're gonna get Cap to go into that and break that particular part down. Right. It's like a good amount going on there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get Cap to go in on that. But if there's nothing else, we're gonna get right into the saluting the Torah. So Imadium, men of Israel, gird thyselves and prepare to salute the Torah. So he's gonna pick up that scroll. Oh, Salaki. First, let me blow the horn, Salaki. Alcohol to wipe it down. That's all. What?
They said to kill the germs.
Exactly. Come on. And with that, Wapanyak Wadum, which means turn and face the east. We're going to close out. We're going to start off with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazai Ka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakum, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabwath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabwath Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabi'ai Nawa, Bonasai 1, Abo, Hawashai Nawa, Mayun, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwith, Waha'ala, Wataparith, Lawalumyum, Amun.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damayalaka, Al-Takarash, Wa Al-Tashakwat, Al, Kayahana, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Yarayamwa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'ai Tazawa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidum, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Arawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagaryam, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'amalak, Palashath, Am Yeshabya, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Amam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadyan, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabyan, Banakol, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, Larama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Ka'arab, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazol, Manai, Kal Nasayakumwa, Ashur, Amarwa, Nayarashah, Lanawa, Ath, Nahawath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Sayatumwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapanya Rawaka, Ka'ash, Taba'ira Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayum, Khan, Daradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyahum, Kualawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayaid, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'aiwa, Kayata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, Alkahal Rataza.
O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for thine enemies make a tumult. They have, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consorted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha may be in no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished to Endor. They have become as dung of the earth. Make their nobles like a Reb, and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes, as Zabah, as Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stumble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storms. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the Most High over all the earth.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayunya, Al-Haharyim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Wagalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamah, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makarai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'atha, Wa'id Awalam.
From which cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yashala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore.
The power, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Hawashah, Babakushah, Nathanawa, Hakak, Lara Pa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, La Hakwiyum, Hamathium, Hakak, Arakawath, Hatama'ala, Lagarashun, Bahashimi Hawashah, Tawada Aman.
In the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it.
For the blessings, Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazabayah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Saranyum, Ha Kwatazayanyum, Ha Koyoyoyum, Wahagwathian, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Hawashai, the Wada Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. Bless you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. So like, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and instruction, and to the heathens. Hold on, so like, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathens that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathens, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, to the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pazakomatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, Army Space, Salakia, the workers of witchcraft, NASA Space Program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internets and the airways, the cable access channel and the radio channel. Convict the spirits of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word, throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderers. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens. And punish all the heathens that come up against us. And as we speak thy words, cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, through the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, always. So be it.
Put the scroll down, brother. Men of Israel. Saul turn to face the teacher. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amam Shabbat, Imadyum, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Hawashai Barakatah. Yad Yamatah, class dismissed.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Pay back in every breath, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. and I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought, just gotta watch who I'm feeding. And I been walking with them angels, so I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak, nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat soft, better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. My hymen say I cup full, no room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to suffer. Flow so deep, to drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Well, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me